and welcome to Deep Dive with DevBlue Networks. My name is Mike Coker. I'm your host. And today I have my good friend, Edgar Lombera.
Thanks, Mike.
How you doing?
I'm very well, thank you.
Thank you for coming. Glad to have you. I'm excited to have this discussion and go through a bunch of topics. So let's get back into the technical aspect of it. We talked about the EVP and the data center piece, specifically multi-homing. So with that, explain kind of the difference between MC lag and now where we're at now, and kind of the differences and whatnot. Because I know a lot of companies, a lot of people still push MC lag, and kind of let's talk about the differences there. Why we maybe shouldn't. So
I have some I have personal opinions on MC lag. In general, it's a reasonable thing to do, given, situations. I think there's plenty of reasons to use it. And
multi-chassis lag for the
multi-chassis lag. Yes, thank you.
Sometimes I think we both
this is it could be controversial, especially when you're designing data centers. It could be used in other scenarios, but foremost in a data center environment, how do you provide redundant links or expandable bandwidth? Those are the two dimensions that of problems that of a problem that multi-chassis lag to an individual device or segment. Maybe that's what maybe it's a server. Maybe it's a top of rack switch, maybe it's a branch office, or maybe it's an IDF closet, right? That's kind of typical. Two switches kind of working together, they chit chat with each other, and they service that downstream device, and it's kind of doing its thing, and that's fine. It gives you a lot of great things. It lets you, add links when you need. If something fails, the customer doesn't really need to know about it. Things keep working. It's cool, although it's functional, certainly, but it has a cost, operational cost. It's kind of like an additional protocol you need to worry about and configuration that you need to coordinate. You are also burning additional, what I like to call revenue ports. Yeah. These are links or ports on your equipment that you're using to talk to other parts of your equipment. And fundamental rule is, if I'm using ports on my switches to talk to just my other switches, then that's less ports that I'm using to sell and generate revenue and deliver value to my customers. So right there, it's like, okay, it works if that's what you got. Multi-homing now has a new version of that, and a good drawing from BGP and its capabilities and the EVPN goals and capabilities that brings. And this idea is Ethernet Segments, right, or ESI. This is another type of information that can be exchanged using BGP. And that basically gives you everything that we talked about: multiple links, redundancy across multiple switches, all to service one segment. In this case, that could be an individual device, it could be a switch, it could be whatever it is. But now it's kind of incorporated into the BGP control plane. It really is an integrated version of what MC lag was. MC lag was kind of its own thing. And then now we can leverage our BGP infrastructure to accomplish that same thing. So I feel like generally multi-homing is using ESI and BGP is better. It resolves those issues of having a bunch of extra stuff that really you don't need. If you can get around not using that, then great. And it ultimately introduces the idea of this all active, right? It means you're not having backups sitting around. You don't have things kind of not, you've paid money for them and they're just kind of waiting for you. Everything is active. All your links are active. This is important at that edge piece where you kind of give the handoff to your customer, right? It's like your border of where you have full control, and now you're kind of cooperating with your customer or the end user or whoever that is. Multi-homing with BGP, ESI, is kind of like the best case scenario. Nice integrated package, gives you all the aspects of decoupled bandwidth, scaling, path, resiliency, etc. Yeah, so it comes up a lot in data center conversations. It's applicable in other places, and I think it's an important thing to consider. When you're building it, it really makes a difference when you have hundreds or thousands of customers, or end users or endpoints that you're going. It starts to become an important factor.